Hey guys, Mr. Ridley here. Hope you guys are all staying safe and making sure that you're not driving your family too crazy. I miss you guys so much. Last week we talked a little bit about what an ostinato was. An ostinato is a rhythm that repeats itself in the song. Hope you guys had some fun doing the cup song last week. This week I wanted to switch gears a little bit. In my class, we do a lot of singing. We're always getting ready for a program. And one thing that we don't really get to concentrate on a lot on is instruments. So what I wanted to do the next couple of weeks is that I kind of wanted to talk to you about some of the instruments that are in an orchestra and some of the instruments that are in a band, all right? Now, before I show you any instruments, I want to make sure that you understand one really important thing. There are 4 different groups of instruments in an orchestra. That's the brass, the strings, the woodwinds, and the percussion. All right. So today I'm only going to talk about one of those groups. All right. This group that I'm going to talk about is what we call the woodwind, which just happens to be my favorite group. All right. Now, the reason why those instruments are called woodwinds is because most of those instruments, when they first were created, they were created using wood because they were created a long time ago. Some of the instruments that you see now are made out of metal, but originally they were made out of wood, okay? One of those instruments that is a part of the woodwind family is my favorite instrument called the saxophone. Ugh. My favorite instrument, all right? Now, if you look at this instrument, you can see there's nothing on this that is actually made out of wood. So why is this considered a woodwind instrument? Well, the main reason why it's considered a woodwind instrument is because of this little piece right here. And it's what we call the reed. Not a reed like you're reading a book, not an R-E-A-D reed, but an R-E-E-D reed. It's a little bit different. Now, this reed is made out of wood. So what I have to do before I play is that I got to put it in my mouth. I got to get it wet a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, what's also really, really important is that since I'm putting this in my mouth, my germs can get on this. So it's important that you're not sharing your instruments with somebody else, especially if it's something that you put your mouth on, okay? So I got it wet, just like that. While I'm getting it wet, I can be explaining the rest of the instrument to you. So when you get the instrument, it looks just like this. It comes with a whole bunch of different parts, okay? The biggest part of the instrument is called the body of the saxophone. And just like your body is the biggest part of you, okay? The next part of the saxophone is what we call the neck. And just like your neck, it goes on top of the saxophone just like that, okay? Now, the saxophone, like I said, is made out of metal, so it can be kind of heavy. What you can do is we have something called a neck strap. We put it around our neck, and there's a little clip right here. We can clip it just like that, so we can kind of relax. We have our hands a little bit free. So now that I have the reed wet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on this little black thing. It's called the mouthpiece. I'm gonna line it up. I'm gonna make sure that it's all right. It looks just like that. But if you're looking at it, you're like, well, how is the reed gonna stay on there without you holding it? Because you can't play the saxophone and hold the reed at the same time. That's why we have something really, really small called a ligature. The ligature holds the reed and the mouthpiece together. That way, my hands are free. All right, guys, so I want you to see how it sounds with just the mouthpiece. In fact, when I first started playing, they didn't even give me the whole saxophone. They just gave me the mouthpiece to see if I can make it sound just on this. All right, so let's see if I can do that. Kind of sounds like a really loud and obnoxious duck, right? All right, so now that I have the mouthpiece and the reed and the ligature all together, all put on there, I'm going to put it on the saxophone. And just like that, my saxophone is all put together and I'm ready to play some songs. Okay, so let me see if I can make some sounds off of this. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to try my best to play a song. Let's see if I can get this right, okay? I'm not going to tell you what it's called. I want to see if you can tell me what it's called, all right? Here we go. All right, guys. So here's what I'm going to challenge you to do. I'm going to ask you guys to post songs that you want me to try to play. And I'm going to do my best to be able to play those songs, all right? But if you don't post anything, then I'm just going to play what I want to play. All right, guys? I'll see you a little bit later. Have a good day. Bye.